Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Nick Saban continuing to do what he does best, and that is dominate the high school recruiting trail, bringing in a top 15 player nationally, the best safety in the entire country in the 2023 class, the number one player out of the state of Georgia in Caleb Downs. I have a lot to say about this kid. I watched some of his highlights. I watched some of his film, and I also read about the prospect of player. Again, this guy, he's going to be special. Before we get into it, I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support you guys have shown the channel. We do have our Alabama 2022 season preview coming out later tonight, if not tomorrow, so stay tuned to that. And if you guys do like the content, subscribe to the channel. We love talking ball with you guys in the comment section. You guys have been extremely supportive of the channel. We really appreciate it. Let's talk a little Caleb Downs. So, obviously, this kid is just a different kind of athlete, and that's why he's a top 15 player nationally. He's coming in to play safety, and, I mean, it was between Alabama and Ohio State from what I've been hearing. He was leaning Ohio State for a really long time. Then Alabama picks up some traction, and quite frankly, you cannot blame anybody to go into Alabama, especially if you play that defensive back, that safety position. Alabama has done an incredible job developing guys, putting them into the NFL. And you look at this team now, and I don't even know how Nick Saban's done it, but he's kept an incredibly talented defensive back, specifically safety room. You look at this team now, Brian Branch, Malachi Moore, Helms, Jordan Battle, who we got to come back for another year after, probably going to be a first-round pick in 2022, for sure going to be a first-round pick in 2023. This unit is extremely strong, and they get strong for the future. Bringing in Caleb Downs, what I want to talk about and what I absolutely love, you see a lot of guys have that track background. You don't have any questions about Caleb Downs' speed. I mean, he's one of the fastest players on the field, but he's also an extremely physical guy. He's got a good frame at 6 feet tall, probably will add another inch, probably come in at 6'1", around 200 pounds. He kind of plays both ways, and I could see him fitting really well into that star position, a guy that comes in and can be really physical in the box, but he also has a basketball background. What does that tell me? He can play the ball at the catch point, and that is something that we talk about a lot. One of the weakest parts of these high school recruits' games is having those ball skills. They're used to being the best athlete. They're used to dominating with the ball in their hands, but how well can they go up and make a play in the football? You see elite cornerbacks come into college football and struggle with that. When the ball's in the air and they need to make a play, they don't necessarily have those ball skills. Caleb Downs having a basketball background, being comfortable going up, making a play on the football is going to be something absolutely massive for him to use in his toolkit. And that's why I like this prospect so much. That's why 24/7 has him as a top 15 ranked guy. Let's take a look at Alabama's recruiting class in 2023. It's caught some headlines for, not being as strong as normal Nick Saban classes are. Well, now they're all the way up to the top 5. They've brought in some phenomenal guys the last couple of weeks. Caleb Downs, Justice Haynes. They also added Olis Ilinen the last week. And Alabama's really just picking up some steam. And you know they're going to finish in the top 3. I can't even think of a year where Alabama doesn't finish in the top 3 in the overall high school recruiting rankings. And most of the time they're at number 1. And it's looking like they'll have another top 3 class. They're in the running with a lot of good players later on who might commit either in August or later in the signing period. But again, Caleb Downs, he is a really special get for Alabama. And he's going to be one of those guys that is the staple in that 2023 recruiting class. When other kids are figuring out where they want to go to school, they're going to go want to follow elite level players like Caleb Downs. He's the kind of guy that's going to have swing and going to be able to text some of his teammates who he's played with in Georgia or Florida and 7-ons and say, hey, you know where to come to the Crimson Tide. And that matters. That matters a lot. This is a massive win for Alabama. Want to keep it short for you guys. I appreciate all the support you guys have shown the channel. Again, if you guys do like the content, consider subscribing and subscribe because we got that Alabama 2022 season preview coming out, I think, tonight. So stay tuned for that too. And we appreciate all the support. And we'll talk to y'all later.